Hello everybody, welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. Tier list for today will be the main characters of Spongebob tier listed. Spongebob was definitely my favourite cartoon when I was younger. It's still going today as far as I'm aware, but I must admit I haven't seen many of the later seasons. You know, I'll probably start watching it mid-late 2000s, I guess, so if there's been any extreme changes in the characters since then I won't know, but you know, for like all the earlier seasons, I used to love that, you know, coming home from school, giving SpongeBob a watch. It was good stuff. So, right, we're going to start off with, you know, Mr. Krabs. He's a good character, runs the Krusty Krab, you know, loves his money, likes, you know, treating his workers brilliantly. Got his unique laugh. Has his family is in the show as well. Some of it, you know, like his daughter is also on this list, Pearl, who is a whale. You know, I think that gets explained at some point, I believe, but can't remember exactly. Favourite Mr. Krabs moment is probably when he's going out with Mrs. Puff and trying to get SpongeBob to stop spending all his money. Keeps telling him off for letting him spend his money and then for not letting him spend his money. Good moment. I think he's on the tier list a solid... I think he's an A tier character. It's very good, but just not quite at the top. Sandy, Scribble. I think the only character in it who can't breathe in the water, you know, has the ball on her head, lives in like the air bubble. When she gets introduced, that's like big plot point, that SpongeBob needs the water. Classic moment. Good character overall, you know, friend to like SpongeBob. Bit of a scientist type. Favourite moment is probably the episode where she's hibernating and like SpongeBob and Patrick go in and wake her up and annoy her. Comes out and just like destroys them both. Yeah, good character. I think probably B tier. Not as good as Mr. Krabs, I would say, but still good. Patrick, probably the second main character, I'd say, after SpongeBob. You know, SpongeBob's neighbour, lives on those 3 houses, lives under a rock. Not the smartest guy, but you know, good character. Favourite Patrick moment is probably... I don't know, what is my favourite Patrick moment? I like the episode where he goes to boating school with SpongeBob's a good one. You know, got the brilliant like 23 joke, 24. Great joke. Yeah, I think, you know, the show won't be the same without Patrick, but he's got to be S tier. And then once again, the main character himself, obviously S tier. It's SpongeBob, the main guy. The show's after him. Right, he's in every episode, I think, at least somewhere, unless they've changed that recently. But don't know. You know, he's a good guy. Works hard. Can't drive. Keeps trying to. Can't get it done. Favourite SpongeBob moment? The Ripped My Pants episode, I like that one. You know, got a catchy song to go along with it that I liked when I was younger. You know, yeah, good character. So we've got Gary, the snail. Doesn't have much to say, but does come in with those well-timed comedic meows like every now and again. You know, SpongeBob's pet. Doesn't really have many episodes focused around him, but he's in a lot of them. He has the episode where SpongeBob's trying to make him be a racing snail. Is the sort of episode I think of when I'm thinking of Gary. Yeah, he's a good character, but you know, I can't really speak, so can't get that high up. But I think he's a C tier, you know, still adds to the show, but you could probably manage without. But it's, you know, still good. We've got Karen up next, Plankton's computer wife. You know, computer underwater. great. Usually seen only mainly interacts with Plankton, obviously, like usually putting him down for after he's done something stupid. Has some good like one-liners. Bit of a like sort of sidekick for the evil person, but isn't actually portrayed as evil herself as much. He's a decent character, I think. Definitely not as much of a main character as most of the... One of the lesser characters on this list, I'd say. But is in it a lot still. Has some good lines. Can't really think of any particular moments that stand out about her, so can't be that good. I think probably my first D tier, you know. You could definitely still have the show without her. But, you know, it's not bad. I mean, it's definitely better with her in, but yeah, D, I think it's fair. These next two short covers are pair, don't they? You know, Mermaid Man, Barnacle Boy. I don't think there's much going on where there's only one of them in it and not the other one. They come as like a twosome. They're like the superheroes of the town, but you know, Mermaid Man's a bit old and past it. They're in it quite a bit. Got the invisible car. They're usually, you know, trying to stop some crime or something. Did he fight like Man Ray? Is he like the villain guy who's in it sometimes, like multiple times? Yeah, but definitely more sort of side characters than main characters. But they still add to the show, I'd say. I think they're also probably both D tier, both these at once, because, you know, they come as a pair basically. Mrs. Puff, boating instructor. You know, teaching Spongebob for years and years and years, not getting anywhere. Yeah, he goes out with Mr. Krabs at one time, like I said. That's probably my favourite Mrs. Puff moment as well. I do like that episode. Also has the what I learned at boating school is where she's just going insane because SpongeBob is just so useless. That's a good moment. Yeah, good character. Like the puffer fish, you know, expanding when they crash and stuff. Decent joke. Good character, I'd say. I think probably B tier, yeah. Yeah, very good character, but not quite up here, I'd say. Sorry about that, just went up a bit too far. Next, got Squidward. One of the main three, you'd say. Probably SpongeBob's the main, then Patrick and Squidward are the next two. You know, SpongeBob's next door neighbour. Sort of like a... kind of like portrayed as a bad guy-ish, but not really. Just sort of that grumpy guy. You know, plays the clarinet abysmally. He's like the fall guy of a lot of the jokes, but plays his role well. Favourite Squidward moment is probably like the episode where he gets his dream life, but he realises what he thought was his dream life he doesn't actually like, and then wants to go back to like being annoyed by SpongeBob and Patrick and that. So yeah, no, very good character, definitely S tier. I think they're the main three you think of when you think of SpongeBob. SquarePants, SpongeBob, and then these two. So, yeah, so we've got Larry the Lobster. He's, you know, usually at the beach, well, the underwater beach, you know, next to the lagoon that's underwater. That's what, you know, he's just lifting weights. The Living Like Larry episode is the thing that sticks out when I think about Larry the Lobster. Also, not in it as much as some of the others on this list, but still in it a lot. It's a good character again, but I think you could live without him still. I'd say C tier. Okay, so we've got a different one now. We've got the pirate from the theme tune. I don't think he's actually in any episodes at any point, but yeah, I mean he could be. But he's just from the theme tune, you know, sings the theme tune. Great theme tune, but he's not really in the show. But the theme tune is great, so you still would kind of need him, to be honest. You think of SpongeBob, you think of the theme tune, is one of the first things you think of. There's quite a lot of good music in SpongeBob, actually, isn't there? There's a lot of decent songs. Well, for a TV programme, at least, you know. I like listening to when I was a kid. Be happy to listen to. So I'm not sure where to put him, because he's not in the shows, but he's also a vital part of the theme tune, so I think we'll put him in D. I think D's fair. He doesn't deserve to be bottom tier because, you know, he's definitely involved in the theme tune, which is great. And yeah, he's a vital part of that, but the actual program itself is not really in it. So yeah, I think D's fair. So we've got Pearl, Mr. Krabs' daughter. Is a whale. Thing I think of when I think of Pearl is when she runs the Krusty Krab for a bit, and she like changes all the menu, makes it all modern, and like asks SpongeBob to make a salad, and he don't know what a salad is, and he just gives him like one tomato and one lettuce. I think, you know, for crying a lot over things, is like a trope. It's not my favourite character, but it's alright. I think probably D tier as well. I mean, yeah, I like all these characters, obviously. Even if you're in the bottom tier, you're still a good character because these are like the best characters. But just tiering these is I'm going to have to put some lower down, obviously. So, lastly, actually, we've got Plankton. You know, the main villain of the show. Other than, I guess, King Neptune sort of portrayed as a bad guy sometimes versus SpongeBob. But, you know, the main antagonist of Plankton trying to steal the formula. You know, coming up with evil schemes, competing restaurants. Yeah, but very good bad guy, you know. Almost never comes out on top. I think of Plankton, I think of probably trying to impersonate Mr. Krabs. Like the ravioli, giving the formula inside a robot. It's the first thing I think of. That was a bit of a meme for a while. Yeah, but yeah, very good character. Like, just a great villain for a kid show, to be honest, you know. He's clearly the bad guy, but obviously doesn't do much bad. I think, you know, alongside Mr. Krabs, his nemesis in A tier is a nice ranking, you know. Looks nice. Quick review. In S tier, we have sort of the main three, well, what I think is the main three, you know, that live on the street, the main character, and then the two probably next most main characters. Then we have the competing businessmen in A, you know, run the restaurants, play a large part in the show, big parts of the storylines. Yeah, I think they're both A tier, deservingly. Won't quite put them up to S, but deserved A. B tier, that's Sandy and Mrs. Puff, you know, like the sort of tertiary friend after these two for SpongeBob. Sort of doing her own things a long time. Then Mrs. Puff, you know, has the boating school, turns up in other things here and there. Has some storylines. I think B's fine. C tier, we have Gary and Larry. That's a nice coincidence. Bit of rhyming there. You know, Gary is in it a lot but doesn't say much. Does have some nice bits. Similar with Larry, not in it as much as most of these, but decent character when he's there. Yeah, I think C's fair. D tier, I think I'm thinking about moving Karen up to C tier, to be honest. Yeah, I like Karen. It's sort of like the one-liner she gives with Plankton are good, you know, putting him down. Yeah, I think yeah, I think I like her more than all these, I'd say. So yeah, we'll move Karen up to C. Good one-liner, just not having the real moment I can think of. There she does, like, one big thing that sticks out, which I guess why I had a lower, but lots of good sort of little one-liners, good interactions. I think it's definitely C tier. Yeah. Then D tier we have Merry Man and Barnacle Boy. Turn up every now and again, you know. Decent, but not in it as much. You could manage without them. The part that sings the theme tune, not actually in the show really, but, you know, does the theme tune well. He's probably not. So, yeah. I think D's fair. And Pearl, yeah, not too many memorable moments, but does have some. Not my favourite character, but yeah, still alright. And then I'd have nothing in the bottom tier because I don't think there's any straight up bad characters out of these lot. Okay, if you've listened this far, thank you very much. Feel free to leave any changes you'd make in the comments. I'm sure lots of people would disagree on this. Very, very much what you think personally. And also, I haven't seen any of the later series where some of these might have a much bigger role or something, or these might have changed. I don't know. If you've got any tier lists you would like to see, feel free to suggest them in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.